A drill bit of 20 mm diameter rotating at 500 rpm with a feed rate of 0.2 mm revolution is used to drill a through hole in a mild steel plate 20 mm thickness. The depth of cut in this drilling operation is A 0.2 mm, B 10 mm, C 20 mm, D 100 mm. The correct answer is 20 mm. The tailstock and the carriage of a lathe may be guided on same or different guideway. A true, B false, C, D. The correct answer is true. In order to achieve a specific surface finish in single point turning, the most important factor to be controlled is A depth of cut, B cutting speed, C feed, D tool rake angle. The correct answer is feed. Surface grinding is done to produce A tapered surface, B flat surface, C internal cylindrical holes, D all of these. The correct answer is flat surface. Gear finishing operation is called A shaping, B milling, C hobbing, D burnishing. The correct answer is burnishing. The tool life is said to be over if A poor surface finish is obtained, B there is sudden increase in cutting forces and power consumption, C overheating and fuming due to heat of friction starts, D all of the above. The correct answer is all of the above. Continuous chips with built-up edge are formed during machining of A brittle metals, B ductile metals, C hard metals, D soft metals. The correct answer is ductile metals. The rate of removing metal is by increasing the depth of cut. A decreased, B increased, C, D. The correct answer is increased. The method of grinding used to produce internal cylindrical holes and tapers is A internal cylindrical grinding, B form grinding, C external cylindrical grinding, D surface grinding. The correct answer is internal cylindrical grinding. The tool life is cutting speed. A independent of, B dependent upon, C, D. The correct answer is dependent upon. For machining a cast iron workpiece by a high-speed steel tool, the average cutting speed is A 10 min, B 15 min, C 22 min, D 30 min. The correct answer is 22 min. The vector sum of cutting velocity and chip velocity is shear velocity. A equal to, B less than, C more than, D. The correct answer is equal to. For harder alloy steel, the point angle of the drill is kept A equal to 118, B less than 118, C more than 118, D any one of these. The correct answer is more than 118. An open structure of a grinding wheel is denoted by the number 1 to 8. A correct, B incorrect, C, D. The correct answer is incorrect. In an orthogonal cutting, the depth of cut is halved and the feed rate is double. If the chip thickness ratio is unaffected with the changed cutting conditions, the actual chip thickness will be A doubled, B halved, C quadrupled, D unchanged. The correct answer is doubled. For turning small taper on long workpiece, the suitable method is A by a form tool, B by setting over the tailstock, C by a taper turning attachment, D by swiveling the compound rest. The correct answer is by setting over the tailstock. In a milling operation, two-side milling cutters are mounted with a desired distance between them so that both sides of a workpiece can be milled simultaneously. This setup is called A. Gang milling, B. straddle milling, C. string milling, D. side milling. The correct answer is straddle milling. The time in minutes for a drilling a hole is given by where h is the A. length of the drill, B. drill diameter, C. flute length of the drill, D. cone height of the drill. The correct answer is cone height of the drill. Crack in grinding wheel is developed due to A. high temperature developed at the contact of the wheel face and work, B. grinding hard work, C. low speed of wheel, D. high speed of wheel. The correct answer is high speed of wheel. The average cutting speed for turning mild steel with a high-speed steel tool is A. 15 to 19 min, B. 25 to 31 min, C. 60 to 90 min, D. 90 to 120 min. The correct answer is 25 to 31 min. In a saper, the metal is removed during A. forward stroke, B. return stroke, C. both the forward and return strokes, D. neither the forward nor the return stroke. The correct answer is forward stroke. The aluminium oxide abrasive is chiefly used for grinding A. high-speed steel, B. carbon steel, C. wrought iron, D. all of these. The correct answer is all of these. In operation, the chip thickness is minimum at the beginning of the cut and it reaches to the maximum when the cut terminates. A. conventional milling, B. climbed milling, C. face milling, D. end milling. The correct answer is conventional milling. In operation, the cutting force is maximum when the tooth begins its cut and reduces it to minimum when the tooth leaves the work. A. up milling, B. down milling, C. face milling, D. end milling. The correct answer is down milling. The taper on the lathe spindle is A. 1 in 10, B. 1 in 15, C. 1 in 20, D. 1 in 30. The correct answer is 1 in 20. Which of the following statement is correct in regard to centreless grinding? A. The workpiece is supported throughout its entire length as grinding takes place. B. It is a continuous process and adopted for production work. C. It requires no holding device for the work. D. all of the above. The correct answer is all of the above. The specific cutting energy used for establishing the machinability of the metal depends upon its A. coefficient of friction, B. microstructure, C. work hardening characteristics, D. all of these. The correct answer is all of these. The form grinding is used to grind gear teeth, threads, spline shafts, and holes. A. correct, B. incorrect, C. D. The correct answer is correct. Which of the following parameters govern the value of shear angle in continuous chip formation? A. true feed, B. chip thickness, C. rake angle of the cutting tool, D. all of these. The correct answer is all of these. The relief or clearance at the cutting edge of a flat drill varies from A. 3 to 8, B. 20 to 30, C. 60 to 90, D. 90 to 120. The correct answer is 3 to 8. In drilling bakellite and fibrous plastics, the point angle of a drill is A. 90, B. 118, C. 135, D. 150. The correct answer is 90. The shear velocity is the velocity of A. tool relative to the workpiece, B. chip relative to the tool, C. Tool along the tool face. D. None of these. The correct answer is none of these. In centreless grinders, the regulating wheel is inclined at A. 0 to 8, B. 9 to 15, C. 16 to 20, D. 21 to 25. The correct answer is 0 to 8. A grinding wheel is said to be off if the abrasive grains can be easily dislodged. A. Soft grade, B. Medium grade, C. Hard grade, D. The correct answer is soft grade. In drilling softer materials, the cutting speed is as compared to harder materials. A. Same, B. Low, C. High, D. The correct answer is high. Which of the following statement is correct about hot machining? A. It requires less power than machining metals at room temperature. B. The rate of tool wear is lower. C. It is used for machining high-strength and high-temperature-resistant materials. D. All of the above. The correct answer is all of the above. For turning internal tapers, the suitable method is A. By a form tool, B. By setting over the tail stalk, C. By a taper turning attachment, D. By swiveling the compound rest. The correct answer is by a taper turning attachment. Lathe bed is made of A. Mild steel, B. Alloy steel, C. Pig iron, D. Chilled cast iron. The correct answer is chilled cast iron. In metal machining, the zone where the maximum heat is generated due to the plastic deformation of metal is called A. Friction zone, B. Work tool contact zone, C. Shear zone, D. None of these. The correct answer is shear zone. The operation of making a cone-shaped enlargement of the end of a hole is known as A. Countersinking, B. Counterboring, C. trepanning, D. spot facing. The correct answer is countersinking. Internal or external threads of different pitches can be produced by A. Pantograph milling machine, B. Profiling machine, C. Planetary milling machine, D. Piano miller. The correct answer is planetary milling machine. In a saper, A. Tool is stationary and work reciprocates, B. Work is stationary and tool reciprocates, C. Tool moves over stationary work, D. Tool moves over reciprocating work. The correct answer is work is stationary and tool reciprocates. Which of the following statement is correct about EDM machining? A. It can machine hardest materials, B. It produces high degree of surface finish, C. The tool and work are never in contact with each other, D. All of these. The correct answer is all of these. Spot facing is an operation of smoothing and squaring the surface around a hole. A. True, B. False, C. D. The correct answer is true. A better machinable metal is one which gives A. Lower chip tool contact area and larger shear angle, B. Higher chip tool contact area and smaller shear angle, C. Lower chip tool contact area and smaller shear angle, D. Higher chip tool contact area and larger shear angle. The correct answer is lower chip tool contact area and larger shear angle. The angle between the lathe centers is A. 30, B. 45, C. 60, D. 90. The correct answer is 60. When the shear angle is large, A. Path of shear is short and chip is thin, B. Path of shear is large and chip is thick, C. Path of shear is short and chip is thick, D. Path of shear is large and chip is thin. The correct answer is path of shear is short and chip is thin. The correct sequence of the following parameters in order of their maximum to minimum influence on tool life is: A. Feed rate, depth of cut, cutting speed. B. Depth of cut, cutting speed, feed rate. C. Cutting speed, feed rate, depth of cut. D. Feed rate, cutting speed, depth of cut. The correct answer is cutting speed, feed rate, depth of cut. In drilling aluminium, a drill with A. 0 helix angle is used. B. Low helix angle is used. C. High helix angle is used. D. Any helix angle can be used. The correct answer is high helix angle is used. Ceramic cutting tools are: A. Made by cold pressing of aluminium oxide powder. B. Available in the form of tips. C. Brittle and have low bending strength. D. All of these. The correct answer is all of these.